Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a long video. So get yourself a cup of tea. I have mine. Peppermint. So in a few of my vlogs, I mentioned that I have a genetic disorder. However, I didn't say what it is. So I'd like to talk about that today. I've tried making this video a few times. So back in September last year, nearly a year ago, my brother felt like he had extreme muscle weakness in his left arm. Now, he's a labourer for my dad, he's a builder. And his friend's labourer as well. And he was like, I don't know why I'm so weak. Even though he's right-handed and the weakness is in his left arm. He wanted to go to the doctor. Now, my mum was like, you're probably fine. And Rue was like, no, something's not quite right. I'm going to go. So he took himself off. And the doctor asked him a few questions. And he said, have you ever heard of myotonic dystrophy? And my brother was like, no. What is it? And the doctor said, well, let me tell you a few symptoms. And after he'd reeled off all the symptoms, my brother said, well, you've literally just described me, my sister and my dad. So Rue went for a genetics test. All they do is they just take your blood. It takes about 8 weeks to come back though. So Rue got confirmed positive. I had a test. I was confirmed positive. And my dad had his results back a few weeks ago and he was positive. We didn't test my mum because they all came up to London and we met my genetic consultant and he looked at my dad and we just went, yeah, you have it. And I was like, oh, how can you tell? He goes, I can just tell. I mean, he sees thousands of people and it's his craft as it was, so he could just tell. He's like, it's not your wife, it's definitely you. So yeah, it's inherited from my dad. You can't be a carrier. Like, we have a weird ginger gene. Like, my uncle's ginger, both his parents are dark haired. My cousin's ginger, both her parents are dark haired. So obviously their parents were carriers of the ginger gene. Now, you can't be a carrier. You either have MD and it shows symptoms or you don't. My dad had adult onset. The first sort of signifier, because they don't know how it comes around. But the first signifier in the family is early cataracts. Now, my dad had cataracts at 39. At the conference, they sort of said, if that happens, the first thing they should ask is, do you suffer from myotonic dystrophy? Because it's the main signifier. They didn't ask my dad that. So we didn't know. I found out in November when we all went to a conference in February. It was great. It was like a proper conference for myotonic dystrophy. Type 1, type 2. Type 1 is more severe than type 2. And it's more severe, but you can be mild or you can be severe. So we have it mildly as a family. For example, Rupert suffers with leg weakness. He's actually on a medical trial in Newcastle. He's up there today. I'm not, because they say you shouldn't take it if you're planning to get pregnant, and also I'm just working too much. Pregnant in the future, like near future. Well, we'll get on to that because having MD gives you slight problems with that. But yeah, Rue has leg weakness, arm weakness. I have problems with my back, my shoulders, because even though I injured my back when I was younger, it doesn't help having MD because your neck isn't strong enough to support your head, so your trunk muscles, which are your shoulders, support your neck and your head. So they get very strained and very tired. And these bits of your neck get really defined and really, really tight as well. So yeah, that's what I have. So I was just going to read you a few symptoms. So, myotonic muscular dystrophy is a degenerative it's a muscle wasting disease. It's basically myotonia is like when your muscles stiff and you can't release. So if I clench my fist now for about 5 seconds and then try and release my hand, you see, it's quite stiff. I went for an interview today, shaking the hands of the people. I could barely pull my hand away. My hand would cramp, and that's just really embarrassing. Opening bottles, again, my hands will cramp. Opening door handles, it's just annoying. It doesn't really hurt that much, But it's like, it's annoying. Tiredness. My dad went to a session on the lecture day about excessive sleepiness, and he fell asleep during it, which I thought was hilarious. See, I've always needed slightly more sleep. I need about 12 hours a night to function correctly. I normally try and get 10 when I'm working, just so I'm, on it. But I like 12. If I didn't set my alarm, I'd sleep for 12. Digestive problems. I suffer quite badly with this. When I was 15, I started to get really, really bad upset stomach every 3 days. I went for an allergy test. I found out I can't eat like dairy, anything to do with onions, like garlics, chives, turmeric, MSG, oranges, caffeine, chocolate, so it's like Coca-Cola and stuff. Yeah, I can't have anything like that. And it was better, but then I realised that I think they may have been misdiagnosed, because in MD you'll just naturally get like you'll naturally get upset stomachs just with anything you eat. I am on something called the low FODMAPs diet, which I will talk about in another video. So yeah, I also have swallowing problems, because again, it's like your muscles. Eye problems. You can see that I have ptosis, which means that my eyelids are slightly lower, especially my left one. And I can't really crease my forehead much or widen my eyes much. It's like facial weakness. It's called facial ptosis. Cataracts. Now, I said that my dad had cataracts. I have embryonic cataracts, which means when I was an embryo, I developed cataracts. So what I do is I get my eyes checked I used to have them every 6 months, but they said my cataracts isn't developing, so I have them every year. And I only get my driving license 3 years at a time, because they're like, oh, blurred vision. I'm just like, I don't get blurred vision. It's fine, I can drive. But I understand. Like, it's a safety thing. Have to be careful when you go under general anaesthetic. You shouldn't go under general anaesthetic for anything, unless it's like life-threatening, because myotonic dystrophy can cause problems with delayed recovery after an operation or a reaction when certain anaesthetic drugs are used, because our muscles are already quite weak. They give us too much. I went under general once when I was about 21, and like, I woke up and everyone in the beds had left and I was there, and she was like, you have to get up now, you have to go. And I'm just like, I can't stand, love, my muscles just won't work. Obviously that was because of this. It is very important to make sure that the surgeon or anaesthetist are aware of the condition before an operation. Speech and jaw problems. Sometimes I mumble, but I'm alright. My brother and my dad are worse. They mumble all the time. Pregnancy. I'm going to do another video on pregnancy, because I want to get pregnant like in the next couple of years, and there's a really big, it affects pregnancy quite a lot. There is a 50-50 chance that if the parent is affected, the children will be. And luckily both me and my brother are. Now, if the mother is affected, there's no sort of carrier, but the mother is affected, it's more of a chance the child will have congenital myotonic dystrophy. But there's nothing I can do about it. My brother has the same. His wife will probably have to have IVF, or whatever. But I went recently to the NMCCC, which is a ward just for people with a degenerative muscle condition or a muscle condition, and it's amazing. Completely run by the NHS. They sleep study you, so they put a clip on my ear and then pricked my ear, got blood, and the blood told them how I'd slept for the last month. I mean, that is pretty impressive. They did like a radiogram on my heart. I saw a dietitian. I saw what's it called? A physiotherapist, psychotherapist. It's nothing to do with mental health of the condition, but it can affect your state of mind knowing that you have this condition. I saw gastroenterologist. I basically saw loads of people, and it was so amazing. So I just wanted to talk about the condition a bit, because people ask me. I mean, if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'm happy to answer them. But I just want more people to be aware of the condition as well, because I don't think I look like I have the condition, but I do. But I'm lucky. There are some people so much worse than me. Some people can barely walk, barely talk, barely be able to open their eyes, and Me and my brother have it mildly, and there's just, I'm a little bit worried. Oh, just got wronged by a telemarketer. Oh, you've had a car accident. No, I've never had a car accident. Anyway, so yeah, now my dad has 2 brothers and 2 sisters, a set of twins, girl and boy, and now they have to be tested. We think my cousin might have it, but basically I wish I'd known earlier, because then you can plan more. You know, there's no cure, but it's kind of like forewarned is forearmed sort of thing. Yeah, we have to be careful with stuff like chest infections. They can really make us very ill with people with the condition. But I mean, it's fine. Like I deal with it. I'm not gonna let it stop me from working. My geneticist said to me, how many hours a day are you normally awake for? And I said, I don't know, 12, 14. He said, that's really good. And I was like, really? That's why I sleep a lot. And he's like, yeah, but I have patients who can only have like a 6-hour day because they need to sleep 18 hours. So I was like, oh geez. And going to the conference, I just realised how mild my condition is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Seriously, I will do another one on pregnancy, and yeah, I just want to talk about pregnancy in a little bit more detail because it's quite a serious topic. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. There's lots of support if you do have this condition or want to know more online. Yeah, I hope you guys are good, and I'll see you next time. Okay, see you guys. Bye.